Hi friends, this is Psychic MD. My name is Griselle and I'm here to do your glow up story. So if you chose the green pile with a green background and the falling cupcakes, this is going to be a reading. And I'm going to be pulling a card from Heal Yourself reading cards. These are fairly new to me. I've had them for a while, but I haven't used them much. I am an intuitive reader, and if we need to, we will, of course, look at the book as well. But let's find out what's going on here. Your glow-up story and what needs to be healed right now for pile number one. Pile number one, what is your glow-up story? Show me now. Pride. Okay. So I'm gonna say that pride has kept you from a lot of things, maybe receiving help, asking for help, perhaps letting go of things that don't serve you because you've invested plenty of time, energy, money, effort. Maybe you've stuck by people that you should not have, and you know at this point it's like not good for you, not healthy for you, but because you don't want to admit like maybe you're wrong, or perhaps you don't want to admit that it was a bad decision, you don't want to change courses. But one thing that I've been learning and learned and keep learning, because by no means am I infallible, is the fact that we don't throw away good money after bad money. So we don't throw away our good energy after a person who doesn't reciprocate, things like that, right? So it looks like your commitment is more to your image rather than a higher purpose. And actually, this is a number one. This is my spiritual card. So I would really implore you to look at things a little bit differently, making sure that you are following your intuition, your inner guidance first of all. I feel like your intuition has been trying to tell you for some time that this person, this situation, this job, whatever the case may be, and only you know what it is not a good thing for you. But regardless, I'm going to move the camera so you can see the cards, of course. This is not a good idea for you to continue doing, because you know you're kind of like suffering losses and nobody wants to lose. We all want to win. I want to see you win, and this is your glow up, and it is about winning. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to put all this in the picture. Here we go. I think that's better. We'll leave that down here. This reminds me of a heart. It's a mookaite stone. I hope I pronounced that correctly, but if I didn't, sorry. So yeah, so this card is definitely about maybe focusing more on you and becoming, you know, your best version of yourself rather than what is what you want to project, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. And so with that, I'm going to put the record keeper and the heart, because I feel like this is a story about keeping a record of, not keeping a record of wrongs, but maybe keeping a record of, okay, well, this is, you know, something that I've invested in. I've talked to everybody about it. I thought it was going to be successful. Maybe it was a business that you really heavily invested in, and you put your time, energy, money, effort, blood, sweat, tears, and you announced it publicly. But I feel like even more than any of those things, what's kind of bothering you or setting you back the most is the public announcement thing, because everybody knows. And so now you feel like you're committed. Well, you know what? You're not committed to a lost cause. And so don't let pride get in the way, making really wise decisions for you. That's going to be the biggest hurdle of your glow up at this point in time, pile number one. And while I do understand it, boy, do I understand it. Sometimes we just got to cry uncle and choose better projects and launch on a different trajectory, put ourselves in different trajectory because this one isn't panning out. And perhaps we were here simply to learn lessons that you've already learned. So I would really consider those things. All right. So what can help you? What is maybe your intuition telling you? What is your intuition telling you about the situation? Pile number one. The Four of Cups. It's like you're intuitively, well, it doesn't take much intuition to say I'm bored, right? So I feel like you're bored with the situation anyways. You don't like want to be a part of it, but you feel like you are stuck, like there's no way out for some reason. And I don't really quite pretend to understand that. But I think that, you know, while there's ways of making decisions, it's not about you being committed to something and you can't get out of it. I just don't think that that's realistic for anyone. So I'm hoping that you can see a light at the end of the tunnel, because you're bored with the situation anyways. You don't like it, you don't want it. And I also feel like you've been missing out on opportunities. Traditionally, the Four of Cups is missing out on opportunities as well. Okay? But I do feel like you feel emotionally like you're dying on a vine here. And intuitively, you need to make a change. Other people could be happy about what you're doing, but it's not fulfilling to you. It is not your glow up. So moving on. What do we need to see? What does pile number 1 need to do to get out of this rut, to meet their glow up? Please show me now. It's the Nine of Hazards. So that's a Nine of Pentacles. And this is great because this is, well, let me just show you the cards initially. This really talks about, I mean, look, you're going to Deadmart. Maybe you own Deadmart. Of course, this is like my zombie deck, so it's a little bit more on the macabres. But you could own a store or want to own a store, set up your own shop, your own boutique, have your own way of doing things. That's really just unusual. Maybe even you want to set up like a zombie store, for example, or like a jewelry store, or literally like a meat market for real meat. Okay, guys? But anything that you are really inspired to want to do, I feel like you can do it with a twist, and you can do it better than most. So don't doubt yourself. But there is money to be had on what you really want to do and what you're thinking. So I say go for it, because you're not fulfilled right now. So we're going to be using this energy deck, energy oracle cards, and let's find out. Let's find out, what do we need to know about pile number 1 of a green pile? Show me now. Yes, I need to learn how to pronounce this word, but adjacent or adjacent possibilities. And so these are possibilities that pretty much you've honed your skill, you've cut your teeth, you've learned what you need to learn, where you're at. And because of the quote mistakes, I don't really believe we make mistakes in life, we're just learning. And so you've learned what you need to learn, and you can actually convert those into skills. Okay, and look at all the possibilities. Like if you just sat there and brainstormed and took a notepad and just wrote down a whole bunch of things without censorship, without judgment, without even thinking about, is this possible, probable, how am I going to pay for it? Don't try to factor any of that in, and just really just brainstorm for the desire, the creativity. You are actually going to open up a lot of doors, and that's pretty darn exciting, especially when you've been stuck. I'm going to put this up here. Then I have Door to Romance. So that's kind of interesting to pull out, because perhaps you're going to meet someone, if you're not partnered, during the time that you are looking at your other possibilities, maybe collaborating with someone, or looking to get someone else's merchandise into your shop, or whatever the case may be, whatever you do. So, excuse me, I feel like you are gonna find yourself like where your heart was caged, and it could be caged in a situation that you're currently in, or even caged within a relationship that you're currently in. And you're gonna find that key to freedom, and it's gonna open up the door to romance, which is actually pretty cool. So what else do we need to know for our green pile? Once they move beyond the pride and just make better decisions for themselves, what can my green pile expect? Please, my green pile. Pile number 1, show me now. Yeah, it's going to be a journey. You're going to have a lot of possibilities, you might even be taking trips, like real trips, small trips. I feel like most of you small trips, like packing up overnight trips, that kind of a thing. It could be a place that's just not super far, but impractical to come back and forth in while you conduct your business or explore business possibilities. If it is not traveling, then I still feel like you are going to be making choices that are going to affect the rest of your life, and that's a good thing. It's exciting. Look at one arrow is like to the left, means at the past, and then you have three possibilities, three viable, good possibilities towards the future. And out of those threes, you're going to, of course, select whatever is convenient for you. What I will say about that is that it is an adventure if you change your perspective. Thank you. And just really start following your intuition. You got your bags packed, like you're ready. You're just ready to let this go, let go of the old baggage, and just take only what you want to carry. And with this, I see a lot of healing, a lot of solar plexus energy, a lot of heart energy, and a lot of throat chakra energy as well, which means that I think all these things are going to start activating. You're going to be speaking your truth more. You're going to feel a lot lighter. Look at how her arm is extended, like in welcome and excitement. And with the spotlight shining, again, make sure that it is something that you're passionate and joyful about so that you can keep up the momentum. And don't necessarily worry so much about keeping up with the Joneses. I know we all have to provide for ourselves, for our family, for our future, things like that. But really, if you have three options and one of them gets really exciting to you, like, oh my gosh, what about this? And then the other two are safer, but you're not as excited, then you know what I'm going to recommend to you is always the excitement one. You know, we need to plan and strategize, but also I want to point out is the number 2 here definitely is a number that talks about personal power. I feel like you're going to empower yourself even more. Like by giving up whatever it is that you're doing now that's not working, you're going to really step into your power. You're going to show up for who? For you. Pile number 1. That's right. You're showing up for you. I happen to flip this down or bottom of the deck, looked at it, and I see victory for you. Like you cannot lose. And I know it might be a frightening thing to just say, you know what, I'm going to cut my losses. I sunk, you know, $3 grand, 10 grand, $100 into something, whatever the case may be, or just my time and energy, but nobody can pay you enough for time lost. I mean, you can never get that back. So whatever the case may be, it's like once you make your choice, you will step in your power. And this is you being victorious. This is you being celebrated. This is people acknowledging you for like what you bring to the table. Not that they don't now, but look at her. She is just pure, like drinking up the juices of life, drinking up that, being like in a very central place, very excited, very like present. And I think that will be really celebrated, okay, by you and everyone around you. And then right here, I have kind of like colors belonging to your crown chakra as well, kind of being highlighted. So I think that you're going to start listening to spirit more based on your decisions. It's going to help you trust yourself more. It's going to help you feel more on solid ground. And more importantly, you're going to feel just much more overall excitement about how life is headed, where life is headed, how things are going, and all of that stuff. So the colors that I would recommend that you wear just to kind of reinforce and kind of live intentionally, okay, because everything we do should have intention. I try anyways, but I would recommend wearing green to really open up your heart chakra to help you to be focused. And when you wear green, the examples that I would use is to go ahead and like put on a green shirt and say, okay, with this green shirt, I'm wearing green solely for the purpose of helping my heart chakra be open, warm, and invite in the growth that's needed for me to progress forward and to be brave and to feel like life is exciting and lush and vibrant once again. So things like that. Okay, so green would be your color. And with that, I will leave you. Thank you so much. If you like this style of reading, please do smash that like button, like, comment, share, subscribe, and all of that wonderful stuff. And until we meet again, namaste. Hi, pile number 2. Thank you for tuning in, and we are going to visit your glow-up story. So we want to know, pile number 2, yellow pile, their glow-up story. So for yellow, what is their glow-up story? Show me now. Healing. Well, that's why I busted out with these cards, because I felt like we all needed healing. So yeah, you definitely need some healing. And I see that she has some yellow in the palm of her hands. This is energy. Her solar plexus chakra. This is like what I really desire, what I'm all about. So maybe there's a part of you that you have left behind, like some dreams and some ideas and notions, because you kind of turned your back on yourself a little bit. I feel like that is for 1 or 2 people. For the majority of you, I feel like you just have never really pursued what you desired. It's almost like, for example, if you love to sing, and you thought it could make you money, or you got pushed into a different career path, or whatever, life happened, whatever, and you never pursued it, and now you feel like it's too late, or you're starting from the beginning, or whatever the case may be. I feel like there's like a mourning that you need to let go of and say, okay, well, these are decisions, this is where I'm at, but today's the only day that I can act upon, and take that desire that you have or had in the past and bring it forward in the future, and kind of hold it in your hands and be gentle with yourself and be gentle with decisions that we've all made in the past. And even the darkness that you're coming out of, okay? Because I feel like maybe people have not encouraged you or liked this part of you, and you actually, perhaps you gave in or listened to them or turned your back on these talents and gifts or this desire, whatever this may be, because other people did not like it or appreciate it, okay? So I think that it's important to know that you can move forward in spite of. So some of you guys need to do some inner child healing, past life regression, inner child healing for most of you. Yeah, some of you guys need a spiritual bath and do like a spiritual cleansing. So there are videos on YouTube you can look up for free and do those as well. So what else do we need to know for yellow pile? For pile number 2, in order to help this healing, what do they intuitively know as of right now? Pile number 2, what is their intuition telling them? Show me now. 10 of Swords, your intuition is saying, yeah, it doesn't take much intuition here to know what's going on, right? I mean, somebody's stepping on his necktie, he can't really move. This person is like, all right, I cut off my arm, then I use a cut off arm in order to open up my stomach. You can feed on whatever it is that you want. Sorry for the graphic, but I was led to use this. But it's almost like you've given everything. So intuitively, you've spilled your guts. You have given everything to everyone else. Without thought to yourself. You have hurt yourself. You have put yourself in the back burner, in the back seat, and in fact, maybe you put yourself in the trunk, locked it up, and wanted to throw away the key, and your desire was just to really give to everybody else, and people take, and people take, and people take, and then people take, and they take some more, and they take some more, until you turn around and there's absolutely not even a shred of you left. And so I feel like you're really depleted, you're exhausted, you've been basically sitting at a table of vultures where you, my friend, are the meal. And so whether that means financially, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, that's where you have been at. And I feel like there's just a lot of betrayal there, because these people, whether they're friends, their family, their co-workers, or whatever, are no friends of yours, okay? They've said nasty stuff about you that's really hurt you when you've done nothing but give. Now it's time to end this crap right now. You cannot be the victim any longer. If people continually treat you a certain way, then it's time to surround yourself with different people, okay? There are good people out there. Stop allowing people to do this, because I'm telling you, pile 2, it's not okay. I'm not okay with them abusing you like that. You shouldn't be either. This card wanted to jump out. 5 for hazards. Okay, so this is telling me that you feel like you have nowhere to go, kind of like you're destitute emotionally, spiritually, This lady is kind of like nicely dressed, by the way, if you notice, and she's all looking in the trash. But she seems to have like a list, which is kind of funny. Like she does not look like your typical homeless person that's really in need, digging through trash. She has a list and she's going grocery shopping in the trash. So maybe you might feel like you're completely destitute and people even want like what is in your trash bins. And and so there's no end to the taking, and yet they freeze you out. And it's because you give too much of yourself. Okay. And so I think that you know this. And it's okay to pull back and give to yourself first, or to gather up your energy and resources to take care of you first. Everyone else should come second. What else do we need to know for this yellow pile? I'm getting therapy. You should probably be doing some therapy. If you don't have money for therapy, support groups are going to be really helpful. Also, listening to like binaural beats. I never say that properly, but those things on YouTube, they're meditations that are specifically designed for things such as healing. Some of you are healing from grief. 21 adds up to number 3. It's a lack of cooperation. You've had a lack of cooperation. You're having an ending or need to have an ending in order to experience your glow up. Okay, that's what's going on. So what else do we need for our pile number 2? It's quite heavy, guys. Quite heavy. Show me now. I've got the 9 of Hazards. So this is, I'm sorry, the Knight of Hazards. This guy is going to be super slow. Obviously super slow because he's at a, I always say stop sign. That is not a stop sign. What is it called? Stop light. Duh. Okay, so we're at a stop light and he crashed right into it. But he's continuing to try to plow right through that. And I feel like this is your energy. And it's like, well, but I've always been responsible for these people. But I've always done this. But they always expect me to. Well, guess what? When they expect you to put food on the table and it ain't there, they're going to have a hungry belly. They're going to have to learn how to expect different things. And so just because people expect you to do something and to perform and to do something that goes against you, like violates your personality, your heart, your finances, your blessings, okay? If they violate your blessings, then that's not okay. It's time for you to set precedents. When you take care of yourself, they'll figure it out. They'll figure it out. They will. They'll have no choice but to figure it out. So this is a very slow moving energy as far as the Knight of Hazards, but it's going to be a long lasting lesson for them, by the way. So what else do we have for a glow up? Only invest in things that are tangible. Proceed in a slow manner. Don't rush into things. Think about it, and don't think it necessarily what everybody else wants for you. Think about what's solid for you. You're going to be moving forward, not looking at the past. Pile number 2, what is your glow up story when you start looking at the future, please? Show me now. King of Hazards, that's what's up. Okay, so you're going to be really, really balanced. You're going to be able to have your own money if you don't already, maybe your own career. The King of Hazards is somebody who usually has several businesses and they're lucrative. Like they don't waste money, they don't waste a dime. They buy quality over quantity. They are somebody who is methodical, has learned their lessons, looks for whatever it is that is going to flourish and bring back, back to them. For example, if you like to garden, I feel like in this case you're going to be really careful with your gardening supplies and things like that. You're going to buy seeds or whatever that, yeah, may be beautiful and yes, you enjoy, but also with the mindset of, I can grow these and actually sell seedlings and sell them as well. So I can have my harvest and then have something that provides me financially. Or if this is, fruits and vegetables or whatever the case may be, whatever your thing is. So if this is jewelry that you enjoy, then you're going to go ahead and make some pieces for yourself, but then also be smart about it, because you know that things can make revenue. Okay, people don't want to do for themselves, and I think that you're going to see opportunity, and you're going to start seeing opportunity. Now your glow up is, I have to show you, this is one of my all-time favorite cards in any deck. This is the Wheel of Fortune. It is the number 10. You've got 2 10s on the board here. Only this one is from the Major Arcana. And I'm going to say that I love this, because the more you're centered in the middle of the wheel, the less spinning you do. So make sure that you stay balanced when you're looking at the stars and moon, the moon and stars, whatever. You are going to be really balancing yourself and focus. Don't get swayed and moving in, or even hypnotized by people back here who want from you, who are used to taking from you. That's not your focus anymore. You need to focus on the future. Look at these curtains. It's very much like a theater, like a circus theater type thing. And what I feel like this is saying is that, you know what, when the curtains fall, you do you. Don't be looking at what these people need, what they want, and their constant harassment of you. Okay, so you focus on the moon and stars. Don't even worry about the curtain, because in the end it's not going to matter. What else do my yellow pile need to know? Pile number 2, please. Thank you. That was a jumper. The worlds. Yep, so you're going to have major endings, and in a good way. You need a major ending. 9, 10, 11. I just did count out loud. So 11 could be of real significance to you, or the number 11 is just real special to you. I love the number 11. So what I'm going to say is that you may not know exactly where you're going, but I feel like you're traveling solo, you're taking your wares with you, you're taking your wisdom with your experiences, and things like that, and you're ending and closing a really sad chapter that has hurt you. And you are opening up to something different. Now, this is not for everybody. This is for somebody. I feel like my pile number 2, some of you have lost a child due to like stillborn, or like a pregnancy didn't go through, or even terminated a pregnancy. And this has really just eaten you up inside and kind of killed you inside. And so if that's the case, I'm really, really sorry about that. I do feel like there is healing for you. Focus on what you can control in the moment, which is now. And I feel like speaking your truth is going to be really important with all the blue. And that's going to help. Speaking your truth is going to really help bring about what it is that you want, okay? So these contracts here, you're going to be looking for new contracts, okay? Things that are fair, things that are balanced, okay? You're not going to be doing things that... they could be verbal and nonverbal contracts. Our family dynamics are really nonverbal contracts. Our romantic life, usually nonverbal contracts. So even a marriage, you can have set up like expectations that are nonverbal. You know, whether it's you're expected to pay the groceries and they pay the other bills or whatever. Whatever the case may be, or you do all the cooking or all the cleaning, or vice versa. So you're going to be looking for something that is steady, that is right, and you're going to be doing your homework. You're not signing any contracts in the future moving forward that isn't balanced, isn't fair, and you're not going to sign, even though she's blind. I feel like this is saying, I'm not signing blindly. I know, because I feel the weight. Even, you know, I mean, blind people can do a lot of tasks that the rest of us are like, what? They can do that? Yeah, they can pour coffee. Yeah, they can pour hot coffee. Yes, they can cook. And we don't think about it because that's not most of our worlds, right? But you're using all of your senses to make sure your intuition, especially whatever contract you sign up with next, verbal or nonverbal, is going to be fair. That you're going to be well-versed, well-educated, well-informed, okay? You're not going to put yourself back in that position any longer. So forgive yourself and move on. Pile number 2. What else do we have for pile number 2? Pile number 2. What do we have for you? Show me now. Okay, storm warning. So yeah, this is going to piss off a lot of people. I just feel anger. I feel like people are going to be really pissed. It's going to bring up a lot of like emotion. Most of it's other people being pissed off emotion. And with that, it might make you feel insecure, might make you feel shaky, like I don't even know if this lightning is going to hit me, this thunder is going to hit me, this tornado thing. Is that a tornado? I don't know. Hurricane? I should know. I'm from Puerto Rican. I've lived through some tornadoes. Hurricanes. I don't know. Whatever. But I'm going to say that you're going to feel like your foundation can be really affected, like your inner core. You could feel really kind of like trembling when you're trying to stand up and people all around you are pissed off. But you know what? Sometimes we need to be brave. Even if you're afraid, you need to push through that because you are really just killing yourself inside and you're not happy. So let the foundations fall, let them freak out, let them throw bitch fits, whatever the case may be. And you, my friend, are moving forward. Now, you are forewarned. You know that's going to happen. I hope you don't really obsess or reflect too much on that because you're focused on what? Your glow up, on what? Your money, on what? Your victory. That's what you're focused on, okay? So, pile number 2. What else do we need to tell you? Show me now. Angel of balance in all things. It's going to be really important to have a balance on all things, including what you speak right now, especially to the toxic people or the people that are users in your world. Same difference, right? So I would gain balance through meditation. There's a ton of meditation that are free from YouTube. And focusing on your throat chakra, focusing on your root chakra, but more than anything, just speaking your truth and allowing people to be responsible for their own feelings and emotions. That is not your issue. You are your issue, okay? So with that, I see a lot of positive things. You owning businesses, you being stable, you having confidence. The more that you progress forward, the more that you put one foot in front of the other, the more that things start blooming around you, the more abundance starts coming your way. And by the way, the first abundance I feel is just you being able to simply keep what you earn. Okay, you're not being depleted by barnacles sticking on you and wanting to suck the life out of you. That's what I'm feeling. So I hope that this helped. Pile 2, if you like this kind of reading, please do give me a thumbs up, like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything else that I put out there. And if there's any topic that you would like to see in the future, please do leave me a comment below. Much love to you. Namaste. Thank you for choosing pile number 3. Or if you're still with me, thank you, thank you. Welcome. Let's find out about your glow up. These are Heal Yourself reading cards. And we're going to start with these. So for pile number 3, our blue pile. What do we need to know for pile number 3? Show me now. Rejection. What? Who rejects my pile number 3? Only a fool. Okay. Get out of here. So first thing I'm being drawn to is this picture right here. You could have a partner who's half in and out of the picture. You could be co-parenting with someone. You could have gotten recently pregnant and this person just doesn't want anything to do with it. So they're kind of showing up when they want to and they kind of leave. It's a matter of time. But you've been stuck in this situation. Look at the spider web here. It's got you by the shoulder. And I feel like you're wanting to move forward, kind of wanting to move away from the situation, but not really sure because you're tied up perhaps in a memory or a picture. Now, what I will say about this is another feeling that I'm getting is that you want things to be picture perfect and that you're feeling like this is a personal rejection. Now, this has more to do with the other person or other people that's actually rejecting themselves because they can't, there is nothing, they're just empty. How do I put it? They have nothing to offer you right now. And so how can they possibly reject you? It's more about, I gotta bail because I really don't have anything to give you. It's almost like the weight of responsibility, or the weight of being tied down, quote unquote, or the weight of a commitment or something that they're not able to fulfill, keeps them from kind of like, that's not what I wanted, you know, they're just selfish or just not able to. Whatever the reason, it actually doesn't matter, because in the end, here you are feeling that rejection like it's personal. But we got to remember also, and what I continually am learning all the time, hopefully, that people's rejection, yes, is God's protection. I've heard that a million times, but also I feel like I need a psychology behind it. I need to understand that this rejection a lot of times has nothing to do with you as a person, and in fact 9 times out of 10 people, how they act and behave has nothing to do with you. They're too focused on themselves, frankly. So I feel like this person is just not in the picture. They don't show up for themselves anyways. They don't show up for, if they have their kids, they just don't show up. And so any relationship that they're in, if this is a partnership or a family situation or your parents, whatever the case may be, they're just never quite there. It's almost like you have a picture because it's going to last longer, okay? That's their character. They're constantly running away, okay? So they're running away, not from you. So try not to take it personally, even though it feels very personal, especially for those of you that are pregnant. So of course, the 13 reduces to 4, and 4 is all about your balance. Finding your balance, finding your home, finding your stability, 4 corners of the earth, the 4 elements, all things like that come to mind for you. Pile number 3. What else do we have for pile number 3? That was a lot in one card. Pile number 3. What do we have for me? Let's find out. That's really weird, because before I pulled a card, I just got this element, this feeling of spying, like somebody's really spying. If you have social media, if you care, you might want to lock it down. You might want to specifically block people. Don't accept friend requests from people that may have made fake accounts just to lurk on your pages and to stalk you, okay? If you don't care, then you don't care. But I feel like this person, even though they're not in the picture, they're stalking you, like lurking around, just trying to see what you're doing. Yeah, that's weird. It's almost like there's just this big monster trying to look at you and see what you're up to. I mean, if they want to look so much, they would be in the picture, wouldn't they? All right. Look, you can't make this up. You saw that, Jen? So for pile number 3, this is what we have. We've got the 10 of Cups. Now, this is the story about the quintessential family, emotional gratification. If you look at these cards, you've got, you know, the family. Everybody's like having fun in the sun. She's really enjoying herself. And then you have here like a cadaver or a skeleton coming out of the water. And there's, of course, the wreckage right behind. I think this is called the Bahia, but I'm kind of forgetting things like that, so I'm not sure. But anyways, the whole point of the matter is that there's danger headed her way. I feel like she knows it, and she's kind of like, we'll move when it gets a little bit closer. It's still kind of like treading water, trying to get out of the water type thing. So 10 of Cups is emotional fulfillment, okay? And so I feel like they're lurking, and part of them wants this emotional fulfillment, but they don't have the maturity to make any lasting decisions. Even if they stayed, their mind wouldn't be with you. Their emotions wouldn't be, their energy is going to be elsewhere. And so you don't want that trash in your life, trust me. Blue, your glow up story is learning, happiness, and family and contentment outside of this situation of you feeling rejected. Maybe you were abandoned as a child. Maybe you only have vague memories of your mom and dad. Maybe you never even met your mom and dad. Perhaps you have a photograph, and perhaps even then you just drew a photograph because you have no idea. Maybe you were adopted and you have no idea who your mom and dad are, your family, and that has really weighed on you your entire life. And if that's so, I'm really sorry about that. I'm going to say I understand, but I don't, you know, it's just rough in that situation. I'm just hoping that you understand that it wasn't a personal rejection of you in who you are, because obviously that was not your fault. People have wounds. People run away all the time. And in the end, they figure out they can't run away from themselves. But what you're focused on right now, what you're leaning towards is this Ten of Cups, is happiness, is creating your own family, raising your own child, if that is your scenario, or having a family of choice and enjoying the good old times. It could be even a family of like adults, or a family of, you know, if you're in high school, of teens, or a family of coworkers, whatever the case may be, a combination thereof. This is your vibe tribe that you are focused on, that you're listening to. I feel like they're actually in your energy, in your periphery, but you're still being kind of held and played and pulled back by this cobweb thing. Yeah, this energy of old, this feeling of being rejected. I feel like maybe it makes you cautious, like, are they going to reject me? Are they going to stick with me? Everybody rejects me, but that's not true. Only wounded people reject us when we pick wrong, right? And so being in a place that you're of healing right now, you're going to start looking at people and saying, is this person that I'm dating in the future, whatever, are they kind of half in, half out all the time? Do they make their intentions clear? Are they clear on what they want? Are they following through with what they say? Because you know what? Talk is cheap. Please don't write me a letter. I don't want to hear it. Talk is definitely cheap. Ten of Cups. You're going to be looking at people's actions, okay? Not what they say, but what they do. So for my pile blue, what else do we need to know for you? Show me now. We sound like Dr. Seuss. Seven of Cups. You're going to have a ton of options. I hope that you are not concerned. You're not worried. You're not... the more you give your future and your present rental space in your head, the less this is going to pull you back, the less it's going to bother you. Yeah, it's always going to be a thing where we think and we remember and we feel, but if you give 80% of the future and the present, this will start lessening its power, and I feel like this web is going to start letting go of you. It'll have no choice because you're headed somewhere else. You're headed to the light, to the beach, with a lot of possibilities. Look around. I think you're going to start looking at your possibilities. Actually, I want to use a different deck. So what else do we have? Let's look here. Look here. Where are we? Pile number 3. What do we have for pile number 3, please? Show me now. Hi there. We've got jumpers is what we have. Okay, I just kind of want to straighten up here a little bit. Okay, these did come out upside down, and we're going to read them as such. Blossoming abundance. Number 3 is cooperation, creativity. I feel like you're saying, yeah, but nobody's cooperating with me. I don't have abundance. I don't have enough. Wherever I go, I meet roadblocks. Things are not smooth. All the cogs do not work together. And I understand how that feels for sure. I think it's just really perspective though. For Chakra, Archangel Michael also came up reverse, and this is talking about how you just don't feel stable, don't feel like, it's like maybe you're saying, I don't know how to feed myself, I don't know how to take care of my family, what am I going to do, what am I going to do for money, for roof over my head, things like that. Door to personal healing and happiness, and you feel emotionally like happiness is out of your reach, your freedom is out of your reach, and healing is out of your reach. But those are lies that the devil has told you. I said it. I'm just going to say that those are tapes that we play in our minds, that they're not true. They're true if you listen to them. They're true if you don't try, if you continue giving into them and thinking about the rejection and past and things like that. So I'm going to say that you can build all of these things. You can build your door to personal happiness. You can find many doors to help you be happy. Again, focusing on the future, focusing on your options. And in your options, don't think to yourself, well, those are 7 options. Okay, well, they'll probably not like me. They'll probably reject me. They'll probably betray me. That's not going to help you at all, okay? I should know because I'm the queen of thinking like that. So we need to change our thinking. We need to think, okay, those are 7 possibilities. Okay, great. Out of those 7, what am I most excited about? Pick 2. Out of those 2, which are the most viable ones? Pick the 1. Or something like that, okay? Just ideas for it. So what else do we need to know for pile number 3? Let's find out. Okay. You want to look, what I tell you, cornucopia and the 6th chakra. This is your third eye opening up, and you're going to have so much abundance you won't even be able to know what the heck to do with it. So it's a time to get centered within yourself, have time to have faith in the future, in the cosmos, and higher power, whether you believe in God, whether you believe in angels, or your higher self, whatever the case may be. Things can and will get better if you allow them to. You need to open up that door. And part of opening up this door is closing the door to rejection. So what if you got rejected? And that is really flippant, I know that. But thinking, okay, well, it's a learning experience. Now I know that pain. I know the red flags to look for, and I can move forward and not pick the same way that I was picking before. Number 2. Or 1111 could be important to you. But the cornucopia, this is all about your personal power. When you find your personal power is when you find your cornucopia. And this is, just reminds me of like Thanksgiving feast or whatever. There's like everything here. Nothing is lacking except for the cooking, by the way. But I'm just going to say in transformation with the butterfly, there's just so much peace here to be had by you and for you. Now the 6th chakra is you being able to utilize your gifts. Everyone has gifts. Most choose not to use them. I hope you're not one of them. If you're watching my channel, I feel strongly you're not one of them. So you are opening up your third eye chakra or listening more to yourself. Okay, so look up Archangel Metatron. Might get some more information there. Also, number 4, this is about your stability. You have stability coming up. You have growth. You have great visions coming up as well for yourself. So this came out like this, and he is looking at the cornucopia. So you can have a vision to fill those 7 cups. You're gonna have, if you like brainstorming, like you're gonna have vision of what it is that you can create, what it is that you can do, what business is it that you really enjoy, or what type of people you want to be around, or epiphanies. You can have dreams at night, in fact, that come to you, and I would just write those down, and you're going to be surprised at the information that you get. Animal spirits are going to be really important at that time for you as well. Ooh, I'm getting energy on my upper left crown chakra, and to me that's like follow your intuition, follow your gut, your hunch. Okay, so what it is that you think, what it is that you feel is on point. Definitely do not be afraid to assign parts of your body when spirit kind of alerts me how it's done. Basically, is the left side is always my passive intuition or receptive. The right side for me only, I don't know about other people, the right side I assigned, it's going to be more masculine, more doing, more aggressive, more go-getting, more physical. Now if it's in my hands, I know that I need to physically do something if it's my right hand, or if I'm reading for a client, or for you guys. If it is my left, you guys need to physically do physically follow up with your intuition, because it's receptive, it's passive, but it's doing something based on your intuition, and so on and so forth. I hope that makes sense. Maybe I'll make a video out of that sometime. But I hope that this reading helped. If you did like it, please smash that like button, comment, like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Also, let me know down in the comments below, what color were you in this glow up story? Because you have everything at your feet if you want it. I believe in you. You can definitely do this. Like, abundance is not just for certain people, just like spirituality is not for certain people, just like being psychic is not just for certain people. It's for anyone that wants it and that pursues it in the right way and opens up those channels of receptivity and creativity. I feel like you're very creative, so don't be afraid to use your creative genius in order to brainstorm to bring about that what you really want. So with that, much love. Thank you so much, and namaste.